I look feed to me.
Do I look slim?
Yeah, please help us out right now.
I wore all black for a reason.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I had too much to eat this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? Good. Kev's like, hell yeah, you good. All right, here we go, man. Hang with Beatdrop podcast, episode 82. And I got my boy, man. I'm going to just get to know you, man. We going to get to know each other.
Let's do it.
I got my boy, DJ SMS. What's good, bro?
What's good, brother?
How we feeling?
Good. Thank you for having me, my guy.
Thank you for coming through. We need another shot, or we good? You sure?
I'm good.
You
We're good.
Nah, he said, no, we good.
I'm good. I got to make that drive back to the other side. I'm good.
How we feeling, bro? We feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed.
Good. I appreciate you, accepting my invitation for stopping by. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, thank you for having me. It's all love.
I feel like, I know you like a little bit by just saying like hi and bye, but I feel like we never like have a conversation.
No, I feel you. It's the same. I agree. It's the same feeling, my guy. It's like, oh, that's Beatdrop. Oh, hey.
Yeah. You're like,
I
oh,
see
she
you.
was good. All
What's
right,
up?
cool,
All right,
cool.
cool. You know?
You're like, hell yeah, how was the event? Cool. All
Yeah,
right, cool.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's life. All right, let's start from the jump, man. So, obviously I want to kind of get to know, you as a person. So we like to kind of just start from the jump, you know what I'm saying? Early childhood, and then we kind of just move up from there, you know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
Yeah, man, let's get started from the jump, and then we going to glide from there.
Shit. Let's see. Born in 88.
Mm-hmm.
LA bred.
Like that.
Lived in Compton most of my life. Moved to Hawthorne.
Mm-hmm.
My teenage years, I moved to Norwalk. That's where I pretty much rep.
Yeah. And you still living there, right?
I'm still living there. Yeah. I rep the city hard.
That's right.
Right. I've always been a person of like rep where you stay.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the Nipsey 10 toes down.
So
Norwalk's my city, man, and it kind of molded me and shaped me me as a DJ and me as a person. It's LA. Yeah. It's still LA. It's just the middle of everything. I can go to the OC in 10 minutes. I can be in LA in 15.
Yeah.
I can be in the Valley in an hour.
Yeah, you're like, the Valley, that's a long shot.
The Valley's an hour. I make that drive every day. But that's basically what it is, man. I grew up playing sports, baseball, basketball, football. Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite sport?
Hands down, basketball.
Basketball.
But I grew up playing baseball first.
Baseball.
So baseball was like, I think my dad put me in baseball after I chugged some kind of item across the room at my sister, and he was like, you need to go to baseball.
He's like, all right.
Yeah, he was like, your little ass is going to baseball. So, man, in high school I played. My freshman year, I went from, it's going to be crazy, but I went from tennis, football, basketball, baseball, and I was in marching band.
Oh shit! So you did it all.
I did it all. I did marching band all 4 years.
Oh,
damn. And in college.
Damn.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you were playing baseball, football. Like what sport do you think was probably the hardest to play in high school? If you had to say one sport that was like
basketball. Here's why. Because I played basketball against James Harden in high school.
Oh, you did?
So I saw him in high school as a beast. So
were you following him a lot? Like was he like?
We're in the same division, so we played him twice a year.
Oh shit!
So I literally had to take that L twice a year. So I remember like one of my senior year, it's a fast break, and I get back, it's his point guard and it's James Harden. They throw a lob. What do? I move out the way.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm not taking this L. I'm not gonna be in a highlight video.
No,
I'm straight, bro. So basketball definitely was the hardest sport to probably play.
Yeah. What about football? What position were you playing in football?
Mostly like D tackle, a little linebacker. I was like a backup fullback.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. I only played football for like 2 years. And then after that, it was all 4 years of just basketball. And then in my senior year, I played volleyball.
Oh, shit. Oh, so you play every fucking sport, bro.
Damn near, yeah.
That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I was like, that's tight.
Yeah.
What got you into doing marching band?
Just music. Like, I think when I was in the 5th grade, they had sign-ups for class, and I started playing the clarinet. And I was like, I'm not going to play this fucking clarinet. So I think my 7th grade year, I tried to do band again, and I actually got picked to do drums. Mm-hmm. Did that for 2 years in middle school, went to high school, did it all 4 years, did it in college.
Damn, that's fucking tight. Do you feel like that's what got you into being a DJ? Like that kind of molded you? Or do you feel like you kind of like music just from the jump? When you
music to me has just been everything. Like when it's emotion, it's everything you want to, express. So sometimes you can't express it. The song can express that perfectly for you. Yeah. So for me, just being able to even play drums was dope. So I did that. basically when like Drumline came out, that was my shit.
That was your shit.
That was like my shit. I would memorize the shit out that movie.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, at the next, like on Monday, be like, hey, you want to go? I got that riff from Drumline. Let's go. Like I was literally that kid. Like I sucked up music. Like my dad grew up like listening to my dad. It was like Ice Cube, Marvin Gaye, Temptations. On my mom, it was like hell, Kim, this R&B singer named Kim. She listened to like Marvin Gaye as well, but like Luther Vandross, Patti LaBelle, stuff like that. Like Anita Baker was like everything.
Damn.
So
you were able to get like a lot of good music from the jump.
Yeah.
My boy vibing over there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then it's like living in New York, I came across everything. You know, I had Latinos, I had Asians. Yeah. You know, and then it's like, oh, let's start going to quinceañeras. Yeah. You know, and then you get the whole Latin vibe.
How was that for you? Going to your first quinceañeras, like
it was dope. I was actually in one.
Huh?
I was actually in one.
Oh, you were?
I was at Chabulan.
Chabulan.
It was great. Like it was dope. It was dope. For me, I was like, it's everything. I grew up like I like Latinas. Yeah. So for me, it's like everything. Like I was in here like, dude, I can dress nice. I can dance with a beautiful Latina. Yeah. I can get to know the family. I'm in. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. So I mean, for me, it was everything. And just getting that culture, to me, it's part of LA culture.
Yeah, that's awesome. So. Growing up in different cultures is just amazing. You get best of like everything.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So what got you into DJing, man? Like how did that even start? You know what I'm saying?
College. So I went to San Diego State. It's a known party school. Mm-hmm. Me and my boys used to throw parties, like I can't even tell you how many crazy, like religiously. If it was a holiday and we had a reason to throw a party, we'd throw a party.
You're like, it's Monday, so you know, let's run.
Fuck it, why not? You know, so like my boy, the way his house design was, it was crazy. It was like it was his house and the neighboring house, and the backyards was connected. There was no fence dividing the backyard, so you can fit easily 200-300 people in the backyard. So with me being a music major, they were like, hey, you're gonna be in charge of the music. So what I would do is I would basically get your laptop, the other roommate's laptop, all of our laptops, and collectively build a playlist. Oh, shit. And then just let that run through the night where it can be seamlessly. If you want to dance, it's a time we can build it up. I literally had to build a set. Oh, like we're warming up, cool, drinking, and it's like 11:30. Girls are here, like ratchet. Like I literally had to do that with just iTunes and playlists and put them together. So I was doing that. And I was promoting a little in San Diego for like college shit. I was in a fraternity, so I was having college parties, of course. When I moved back, I had a party. My 21st birthday party was in Norwalk. I had like 350 people. My mom was so pissed. She was like, how many people do you have coming? And I was just like, on Facebook it says 300. And she's like, the fuck are you doing? Like 300 people? Like
yeah, what the fuck? What kind of operation you running over here?
She was like, what the fuck? But at that time too, it was like I wasn't home a lot, so people I hadn't seen in forever was coming to like celebrate and see me. So it's like in Norwalk, it's like I consider it a town. Like your parents probably went to Norwalk High School. My teacher knows your parents. Oh, okay. So it's type of like I know your brother, I know your sister. Yeah. So it's like one person brings two more people, and it's just like that and that. So I was like, fuck, it's like 300 people back here. Fuck. And I'm drunk. And my parents was cool enough, you know, they made jungle juice. They had bar going. I had bought bottles and stuff. I gave them money to do that. And they were like, I just don't want to clean up throw up. And I was like, well, if anybody throw up, just kick them out. Well, that's the rule. If you throw up, we're going to kick you out. So luckily, like, a bunch of my homeboys got fucked up. Yeah. And they all spent the night in the car in front of the house. Like, like the cops eventually came. It was like when the cops made it on the street, because I live on a cul-de-sac, it was like, probably like 2:30.
Oh, okay, so that's not that bad.
So it was like a club. Yeah, you know, basically like a club.
Last call.
Yeah, basically. And at that time, once again, I built the playlist. Yeah, I had all the ratchet shit on there. And at that time, I had a remote. It's an app on your phone called Remote that controls your iTunes. Yeah. And I had my phone and my remote close enough on my phone where I can be like, hey, skip the song. Oh, right here. Oh, okay. So I'll be literally DJing, drinking, and like, oh, skip the song, boom. Yeah. Like, and like, all right, cool, we good. Like, you know. And then I'll be searching the playlist and shit, like, oh fuck, like here's another one. Like, all right, cool, we good. You know. So I did that, but I was drunk, and at some point I just let that shit ride. Yeah. You know. So, yeah, I think that kind of helped me. Just being able to once again, being in San Diego, I had to grab vast music quickly. Yeah. So being able to like see what you like, what this person like. I had a lot of friends from the Bay, so. I had tons of Bay Area shit, and a lot of people from the Bay go to San Diego, so it was cool. And I had all the LA shit, so it was perfect. And then it's like you get the girls that want to do like the Latin shit, the suavemente, so the quinceañera shit. It's like, oh, I can dabble in that. You know what I mean? So, I did that, man, and then I think I was dating this girl. So her brother was a DJ.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, he was, doing parties. He was just doing like quinceañeras, little backyard boogies. So it was mostly like house and like Spanish stuff.
And this was when you were in San Diego?
No, this is when I moved back to LA. Yeah,
okay.
So I moved back to LA after all that. So, and then I'm dating this girl. Her brother's a DJ. I'm going to parties with him, helping him out.
Yeah. And
I'm like, nigga, this shit easy. Like, I might as well do this shit too, So I started picking up shit from him. And then my other homeboy had equipment. And I DJ'd my best friend's 24th birthday party on my homeboy's equipment off of virtual DJ. That was my first ever gig. Never knew how to transition. I figured this shit out on the fly. And then they were like, bro, you should be a DJ. You can fucking... But I was just song selection. So I was just like, all right.
Fuck it.
So I picked it up. YouTube, and YouTube, self-taught. I did the research on buying equipment. Bought a controller, NS7.
Damn. The Newmark?
Newmark. Yeah. Serato Itch.
Oh, yeah, the Itch. That program lasted like a month, and then nobody used it after that.
Serato Itch. I use that shit faithfully. I use that shit faithfully.
Yeah, you got to, dog.
So, I bought that, and I just started doing gigs. At the time, my homegirl from high school, her dad owned a restaurant in Norwalk, and he would let me DJ on Friday nights.
Oh, shit.
So, and then I called it Friday Night Fun. Whack ass name now. Friday Night Fun, but the place was dope. It was a pizza parlor that he showed all the fucking games. They had towers of beer. I used to invite the homies out, and they'd come and buy 3-4 towers of beer and pizza, and I would just play music, and they were fucking come and hang, and I started just doing house parties. At the time, my 9 to 5, I was coaching Norwalk High School volleyball.
Oh, you were.
So that linked me to start doing all their dances. I was doing homecomings. I was doing proms. They were turning 15, 16, and sometimes 18. So I was doing all those dances, backyard boogies. Yeah. And then I got tired of doing backyard boogies. That's literally what it came down to for me. Like, I was DJing till 2 o'clock in the morning. I was fucking drunk half the time doing them. Yeah. I got my girl with me. She's helping me load equipment. Yeah. And I was just like, I'm over this shit. That's really it came down to. I think one day,
like, I'm tired of setting up and shit.
I think I did a party till like 2 a.m., 2:30 one time in Pico, and all my friends came with me, which was dope. They all helped me set up, but they fucking left early. They were drunk. My girl was in the car asleep, and I'm fucking 3 a.m. and I'm loading this shit up by myself, and it's fucking freezing outside. And I was like, man, I'm over this shit. Yeah. Like, I'm over this shit. So. That's basically what it came down to.
I can just picture you mad as fuck.
Fuck, bro. Like, fuck this shit. I mean, I was like, at that time, I was just over it. Like, I was doing house parties cheap too. I was doing 5 hours for like $150. Yeah. So I was getting booked every weekend down there just for that.
Yeah. People are like, oh yeah,
$150 for 5 hours, nigga. What time you? Yeah, exactly. I was like, fuck that, bro. Never again. Never again. And I was still going to school, and I was still working a 9 to 5. Damn. So I was juggling shit left and right, and yeah, I think one day I was on Craigslist looking for a club gig. Okay. And the homie DJ John B, shout out to John B, I hit him up, and he was like, oh yeah, come through. Don't even worry about bringing people. I just want to hear you DJ. Okay. So I showed up. I brought 2 people. My cousin came out and her friend, and I DJ'd a club to 2 people. Literally just my cousin and her friend. The opener. Nobody else. Oh, shit. And I DJ'd for an opening set till like 10 o'clock. And then he was like, all right, come back next week. I came back next week, and he's like, all right, come back next week. But I'm like, the crowd's getting bigger, but I'm still like bringing 2 to 5 people. So, that was my first club experience. And after that, I was like, I'll never DJ a house party again.
Were you nervous doing your first club gig? Like, were you like, fuck, like you didn't know what to expect?
I was very, very nervous because you don't know. When you're going into a club, you don't know what the crowd is. You don't know. Like, reading a house party crowd is totally different. The person that hired you is going to tell you, I want this specific type of music. Yeah. So a club, I'm like, just play throwbacks. Mm-hmm. It's an opening set. Just play throwbacks. I don't have to play bangers necessarily. Yeah. I knew at least that much going into it. Yeah. So I did that, and he was just like, "Come back next week. Come back next week. Come back next week." And he just booked me until he lost the night, basically. Yeah. So that was about 3-4 months. Uh-huh. And then after that, I was like, "Okay, what's next?" Right. You know what I mean? So you got to hustle. You got to find out how you get to the next opportunity. Yeah. And that's basically what I did. Excuse me. But I was still working a 9 to 5 during that time too. So that was how that happened. And then I just started grinding it out, man. Yeah. Like, the club life is different than people think, because they think, oh, you get at one club gig, you can get another. Right. Nah, you can't. Like, if this promoter ain't fucking with you, the next promoter probably not fucking with you. Yeah. So you got to build that relationship, and you got to kind of build some cred to your name and make sure you stay active. Yeah. So that's what I just did, man.
When you were in college, what did you say you were going to school for when you went to college?
I was going to school for music education. I finished with a degree in percussion performance.
Oh shit.
So basically, like any type of percussion instrument you get in front of me, I can play it. Drum set, snare drum, bass drum, marimba, xylophone, bells, like tambourine, all that shit. Percussion instrument wise, I can play it.
And you never thought about like producing music neither or anything like that?
Actually, I learned all that shit too. I mean, when I moved back, I was like, fuck, I need to learn how to record shit. So I took Sirius College has a great recording program. It taught me Ableton, taught me Pro Tools, taught me Logic.
Oh shit.
Yeah, recording basics. I learned all that shit there.
Because it sounds like you just really just loved music, right? Like you just loved everything about it. Like
as a kid growing up, honestly, as playing sports, your plan is to go into sports and play professional sports, but all of us isn't gonna fucking do that, obviously. Yeah. So at that time, I mean, I'm 6 feet. I play a 4 in basketball. I'm not gonna really translate to college playing a forward. Yeah. I'm a point guard, you know? Yeah. But I weigh 200 pounds. I'm not a fucking point guard. I'm a fucking fullback playing fucking, you know what I mean? So my backup plan was always music. Yeah. Like I never knew in what shape or form I was going to be in the music, but it would have been music. Whether teaching drum lines, teaching kids, like I was going to do music somehow.
And how did your parents take that? Were they very supportive as far as what you wanted to do as far as music?
My mom really didn't care as long as it kept me off the streets and kept me busy. So I started before she passed. She started seeing me like take off as a DJ.
And that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that's dope. And then, okay, so you're DJing and stuff like that. You know, you're not doing the house parties no more. You do your first club. What was the next step? Were you just hitting up other promoters and stuff like that?
It was just hitting up other promoters. I was always going out networking, passing out business cards, demos, shit like that. I came across. I don't know if you ever heard of Tasty LBC.
I have. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the partners in Tasty LBC actually put me on to like club shit, promoting shit. Like he literally took me under his wing. Was like, damn, you know. I was very, I paid attention basically to how the industry moved and who was doing what and where people was at. Yeah. And I would go to their nights and shake hands, but I was still basically a nobody. So one day I ran into him out of all places at an IHOP. And I was like, oh, you're so-and-so. And he was like, yeah, how do you know? I was like, I'll just pay attention, moving, stuff like that. And he was, oh, here's my car. He goes, call me. Let's talk. I might have some work for you. All right, cool. So he started another nightlife team called One Night Stand Productions. When he started it, he made me one of the partners of it, and I basically learned how to run a night from there, promoting, marketing, you know, bar, how to work the bar, how to read a crowd. He taught me all that shit. Damn. So I literally went from just opening from 2 people to fucking I'm opening that Playhouse.
That's awesome.
Like overnight, and I was just like, fuck. I mean, to give it a little bit more too, it's also pay to play. I sold tickets. Yeah. But for me, I felt like that was the best thing that can ever happen to me is selling tickets because it taught me how to hustle. Yeah. Like, I got to sell my 30 tickets. Yeah. Like, there's nothing unacceptable other than that. So, he kind of taught me the game of promoting and the behind-the-scenes shit. Mm-hmm. And it was up to me to learn to DJ and make sure I fucking didn't suck. Yeah. You know, so I think that was really... I mean, after I worked with him, I was doing agaves, I was doing Sevillas, I was doing Cuban Pete's at the time. Then I started doing... downtown Fullerton. Yeah. I did Supper Club before they closed. Yeah. One night we started doing artist nights. I mean, I opened for Chris Brown. Yeah. Too Short, OT Genesis, Milla J, John B.
How did you feel on those nights when you were opening up for those artists? Were you just like, damn, like I'm really here doing
those nights made it all worth it. Yeah. Because it's also too like overnight success isn't always easy. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say it was that, but I put work into that shit too. So to just see the overall goal of it and the satisfaction of it, that shit was dope. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's not just me. I'm working with 5-6 other DJs, and we got 5-6 promoters, and we're meeting twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Yeah. We're doing venue walkthroughs. We're getting contracts, like shit like that. Like, I was basically learning all that shit. Yeah. So it's like now it's like I know how to talk to an owner and say, hey, I need a contract, and how to market it and get that shit going.
You know, there's always like a controversy that I hear, right? There's always you know, yo, if you're DJing, you should just come and DJ, right? And then you have the other side that goes, yo, you know, some people sold tickets, some people did all that. You shouldn't be doing that, right? Yeah. Because it's always that in between. Like, okay, you shouldn't sell tickets. And then there's the other group that are like, no, my talent should speak for itself. Yeah. But how do you feel, you know, knowing that you sold tickets? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's honestly to each its own. Yeah. For me at the time, being a new guy on the scene, not really having a name for myself, it helped me make a name. So for me, I can say it worked and benefit for me. Mm-hmm. I now know how to go to 5, 6, 7 people and say, hey, I'm having a night, come hang out, I'll take care of you, stuff like that. Like it helped me mold my promotion side of it. I feel like a lot of DJs should learn how to promote that. It's not about just promoting the night. It's about promoting yourself as a DJ.
That's true.
Like at the end of the night, I can give two shits about your night, but if I'm on your night, I care about it because your brand's intact and my brand's intact.
Right.
So for me, it's like, as a person who sold tickets, I liked it.
Yeah.
It kept me on my toes. I mean, it does have its downfalls. Like, hey, you might not get paid all much. Like, it just is what it is. But I mean, it's to each his own. It's like it's up to you to follow your own path. I don't sell tickets now. Yeah. And I damn sure don't have to worry about, bringing 30 heads, 15 heads. Yeah. Like, I built my name off of that now. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it helped me. Yeah. It's just to each his own.
Yeah, that's good, man. I like that. Shout out to DJ Demo, because I want to know, he said, how did you come up with SMS? You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you, Demo. SMS, when I first started, man, I'm going to keep it super 100 with you.
Did you have other DJ names before?
Yeah. So the guy, the brother of the girl I was dating, when I actually started DJing with him doing gigs, he played Spanish and EDM. I played hip hop. Gotcha. So he was going by DJ Superhero. Mm-hmm. So since I was the complete opposite, I'm DJ Kryptonite. So I ran with that for like a good 6 months to a year, not knowing there's another DJ Kryptonite. And he was on a bigger platform, and he's like doing radio. He's big, whatever. So he messaged me one day, hey, bro, you need to change your name. I have it trademarked. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting around with the homies, and I'm just like, I used to go live by this code called See My Success. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's an acronym I stuck to just from college going up. See My Success. If you see your path, you can follow it. You can make anything you want happen. That's awesome. So my homeboy was like, why don't you just go by DJ SMS? And I was like, fuck.
Did you like it at first?
At first, I was like, eh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, nigga, that's the text message. That's the text message. So I'm like, And I was like, fuck it, let's run with it. Yeah. It was different at the time, too. It kind of separated me from everybody else. And I was like, fuck it, let's run with it. And it just hooked. It just caught, and I just stuck with it ever since. Yeah. And then I used to just I used to let people just, like, fuck with it, too. I used to be like, you can be whatever you want it to be. I really don't give a fuck. So, like, I used to have to people to tell me, like, oh, it means suck my swag. My homeboy used to be like, hey, it means suck me slowly. So, I mean, whatever, fuck it, But, I mean, like, when I really started taking, like, close attention to my brand and, like, trying to build it, I was like, I got to make this shit mean something. So, that's basically what it is. See My Success.
Hey, that's a good story, bro. I like it.
I mean, I was like, hey, fuck it. Why not, So,
yeah, fuck it. So then, did you start saving up to buy your own equipment?
Basically, yeah. So, basically, I took financial aid money, bought my NS7.
Oh, shit.
And a MacBook.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Because I was DJing on a PC, and that PC was just not working for me.
Yeah, PCs is tough.
Yeah, so, the girl I was dating after that helped me get my MacBook. I got the NS7, and then after that, I was just gigging. I was working at Jamba Juice as my 9 to 5.
Damn. How was it working there?
It was good, man. I literally worked into Jamba Juice, and I worked my way up into a GM position. Damn. So before I got onto radio, I literally had quit Jamba Juice, like right at my first year into radio.
Damn.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about people that don't want to have 9 to 5 and they just want to stick doing to what they're doing? You know what I mean?
Do what you gotta do, but the bills don't stop.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you gotta work that 9 to 5 in order to make ends meet, do what you gotta do. I mean, at one point I was a team member at a Jamba Juice. I worked Saturday nights and Friday nights as a security guard at a bowling alley, and then I still gigged as a DJ and still went to school full time. I did that for probably a good 2 years.
Just fucking grinding.
Just grinding out. Like I literally would come home from Jamba Juice, take a nap, and go work security.
Damn.
And then I would come home from Jamba Juice, and let's say I had a gig, I wouldn't go to security. They were fine with that. They had it covered, and I would go work a gig. Like I did that for 2 years. Yeah. And then I worked up to a GM, and I was like, I make my own schedules now as a GM. Mm-hmm. I basically don't work weekends. I quit fucking working at the bowling alley. And then it was like, bet. I work Monday through Friday at the Jamba Juice. Saturdays and Fridays. Friday nights, Saturdays is all DJing. That was just my motivation. I mean, you got to do what you got to do if you really want something. At one point, I was literally closing down Jamba Juice, changing in a parking lot, going to Belasco to DJ. I'll party at Belasco, and I'll come back and sleep in my car and then open the Jamba Juice.
Fuck.
I've done that, numerous times.
Fucking grind, bro.
Just to grind. It's just if you want something so bad. At one point, I think one year I said, this year, I'm a DJ 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That was my goal. I was doing that. I was literally DJing Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a good 6-7 months in a year. Working at Jamba Juice. I stopped working at the bowling alley.
How was it working there?
The bowling alley?
Yeah, was it chill?
It was chill because it gave me a different perspective. Like, I work security, so, like, my first night a fight broke out, and I'm like, fuck, I got to break up this fight.
You're like, damn, this is what I got myself into.
So, like when I go to the clubs and shit now, like, I know what the security guards go through.
Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck.
Like, and it's always, you know what? It's always girls. Always girls. My first fucking fight on the job was fucking 2 girls in a bar fighting. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys fighting for? She spilled a drink on me. And then she talked to my boy. Like, what the fuck comes from? Like, I broke up cousins from fighting that night. And I was just like, the fuck? Like, really? Like, really? Like, I literally, it taught me patience. And now I know what security guards go through.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck this. I'll never, like, I don't want to get in a fight. First of all, I can defend myself, but I don't want to have to defend myself for no fucking reason.
For a slip drink?
For a slip drink. And, like at that bowling alley, it's in Anaheim Hills. Like, for some reason, all the hood people went there. The biggest fight, I remember it was a group, I don't want to say gang, group, a family.
Yeah.
It was 2 families next to each other. One was a black family, one was a Samoan family. Half of the group of the Samoans are in the bar chilling, hanging out, the others bowling. The black family, one of the dudes is drunk, and he starts throwing up his set or whatever and gang banging. All right, cool. And the Samoans, they're like, hey, bro, we're chilling. We're with our family. Like, we're not trying to get down with shit like that. So he's just started being obnoxious with it. Like, he's in their lane. He's throwing their shit up. He's been super disrespectful, right? So they call us over. You know, we got to break them up. And I swear to you, I had 2 in front of me like this, right? And my homeboy has 2 Samoans in front of him. And my other homeboy has the black guy. So we're talking, and the dude comes from the bar. I guess he got a text message or whatever, but he came from the bar. No one has him. And he just knocks this nigga out. Punk. And as soon we both turned around like this. They ran past us like they blitzed. Like, they literally blitzed, bro.
Outside blitz?
I literally was like,
first down, you're like, I was not expecting this.
I was like, oh, shit. Like, and we're fucking like pulling
you had no O-line protecting you?
Nothing, bro. We're pulling people off. And, like, I remember this. A dude, one of the Samoan dudes was, like, he thought we were trying to help him because we're both black. So he's like, oh, what the fuck? So he pulls me off, and he's like this. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm security. I'm security.
You're like, top flight security.
Yeah, nigga. And he was like, oh, okay. And then we're just trying to break it up. We're breaking up. We finally get it broke up. You know, we get the Samoans, they leaving and shit. The funny part is the biggest Samoan dude there wasn't in a fight. Like, imagine that. Like, you get everybody out, and then you just see the 6'5" dude walk out, and you're like, oh, thank God he wasn't in this shit. My boy looked at him like, hey, if you was in this fight, bro, we would have lost. We would have fucking lost. Like, to this day, we talk about this story, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what I would have done if he would have came. Because he was big, bro, like, huge. Like,
you're like, damn.
I'm a big dude. I think I'm a big dude. He made me feel small. Like, imagine that. I'm 6 foot, 200 plus pounds. He made me feel small. I'm in here like, bro, there's nothing we could have done for this guy.
Yeah, I just would have walked away.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun because, I mean, it was girls there, too. You always got to talk to girls and shit. Like, what you doing? I take my earpiece off. What you doing, girl? I ain't doing shit.
What's up?
They calling me and shit. Fuck this, nigga. I'm talking to this girl right now. Hold on. You know, I mean, it was dope, you know, and we had fun. And fights always broke out. I don't know what it was about this bowling alley. And I was making, at the time, it was like, they were paying me so well. It was like, when I was DJing for 1 gig, I was making that twice there, like 2 weeks. So imagine that. I'm making $300-400 in security for 2 nights, but I got to DJ 2 events to make that. So that's why I was working it.
When did you let it go? When were you like, this?
When Jumbo Juice said, "Hey, we're gonna promote you to a manager,"
you were like,
I
thank
said,
God.
"Fuck this."
You were like, thank God.
Out. I was like, "Hey, bro, they're promoting me to a manager. I'm gonna take my DJing more serious. I'm out this bitch. And he told me, he looked me dead in the face, and he was like, "No worries." He goes, "If you ever need a job, I got you."
You're like, okay.
And I still go there, and I still see the guy, and every time he's like, "Hey, you're good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "If you ever need a job, I got you." But I'm like, nigga, never again.
You're like, I hope to never be in this position.
Never again, bro.
That's awesome, bro.
Never again. I was so happy, and it was like, you got the job as a manager. Bet I quit.
You quit so quick, so fast.
I couldn't even like I skipped out that night. Out.
That's awesome,
out.
Bro.
And it was just like they moved me to a store that was like, I lived in Norwalk. I was working at a Jamba Juice in Whittier.
Mm-hmm.
They moved me to a store in Downey, 5 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I was literally like, I can sleep in and still make it to work on time.
Dude, that's crazy.
It was perfect. It was like perfect. It was perfect. I just worked there for years until I got to my own store, and I was already working in radio.
Mm-hmm. So how did that start? Talk to us about how you got into radio.
So probably like a year and a half prior to I got into radio, they were hiring for mixers on K-Day.
Mm-hmm.
They needed holiday mixers basically.
Okay.
I had a boy Choice One, DJ Choice One, who worked there. I sent him demos. He sent them in. I didn't get picked. Whatever, cool. And he hit me later like, hey, they're hiring for street teamers. So I did it. I interviewed. I literally got called the last day. They did call-ins. I bugged the fuck out of Tommy. Yeah. Tommy Trujillo. Yeah, I bugged the fuck out of him every day. Hey, so this is Robert. I'm just calling, make sure you guys didn't forget about me, and emailed that nigga every day. Every fucking day. He Monday through that week, he probably was like, this dude's annoying. We need to hire him. Yeah. So they called me Friday like 5 o'clock, like, oh, you got the job, by the way. So I did that. The following, that was September, October of the holiday season. So I worked street team ball then. The following Memorial Day, they needed more mixers. They had 3 mixers quit in like 2 weeks. So at the time, it was only myself and another DJ on the street team. That other DJ quit like a month before that happened. So literally, it's just me on the street team. The only DJ. I'm DJing all the sales events. Yeah. Anything they needed, I was DJing. So that helped me. Kind of the salespeople was like, hey, he's a good DJ. Let's try him out. And then at that time, Boogie had just taken over the promotions department. Right. And he heard me and he was like, oh yeah, let's see if we can get you in. So I said 3-4 demos, air checks. And they're just like, I wasn't getting any feedback. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, literally, like, Memorial Day is Monday. They need mixers. I think I got the call Wednesday. Like, hey, you're going to mix on Saturday night from 12 to 2. And I'll send you the mixes and all that stuff later. It's like, all right. So I literally knocked out my first Memorial Day weekend. It was my first, like, mix, which is a big mix week for K-Day. Yeah. Like, we only mix heavy on Memorial Day. That kicks us off for the summer. So, yeah.
How did that feel when you heard
I was
stuff on the radio?
DJing an 8th grade dance that night. So my dance ended at 12. So I was in there. It was me and my girl, and I'm in there like, I heard this shit up. She's like, I'm like, I'm on right now. She's like, oh shit. So we're fucking right now. Yeah. Pack everything in my little ass Nissan Altima. And I think it really hit me when at that time when your name runs across the radio marquee, and it's like, 12 to 2, and it's like DJ SMS. You're like, oh fuck. Yeah. And I think it really hit me when I hit my first drop. Yeah. That mix was so shitty, by the way. I felt like that mix was so shitty. Yeah. And I was just like, I made it though. Like, yeah, it's on though. The mix was so shitty, but I was like, I made it though. Yeah. And I had promoted it like with family and friends and shit, and then like the outpour, and it's like, oh, my nephew's on, my brother's on, my homeboy's on, listening right now, like. That feeling was just great because I've been grinding for so long. Yeah,
how did that feel? Were you just
bro, like I low-key cried. I'm not gonna lie. I low-key cried because it was like, it was just like a lot of stuff happened in those years, grinding. Yeah. And it's like you finally get on the radio and it's like, fuck yeah. Now it's like, well, am I gonna stay on the radio or is this just a one-time thing? Yeah,
now it's that next step.
It's that next step, you know. And then it's like, oh, next week you're back on. So it's like, all right, cool. And then you keep knocking them out. And then you're just like. You start doing air checks, you know the process. Like, you got to get better and you got to stay consistent. Right. So it's like, the feeling of it, though, is, I can't even describe it. Yeah. You know, like, the closest, like, I think me being a musician, playing drums, the first time I marched on the field for San Diego State was in, like, 30,000 people. Oh, shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. Like, I got chills, like, and it was, like, that was, like, the closest feeling I had to that. Yeah. You know, and then it's like, fuck, I haven't looked back. Yeah. So it's like, being on the radio, it's like people think like, oh, you automatically in. And it's like, hell no. Every time I go on the air, you got to prove yourself. Yeah. Because it's hundreds of DJs that want this opportunity. They might think I suck. You know, it's somebody out there that's going, oh, fucking SMS sucks. You know what I mean? But that's just the reality of it, you know? It's always somebody out there saying like they're better than you. It's just you always constantly have to prove yourself. Yeah. And that's what I try to do every week is just prove yourself.
And how do you feel like you built that mindset to, you know, keep going and working hard? Was it just because you had that drive, you just had a passion that you really love? Like, do you feel like that's how you got your mindset to do it?
I always had drive to do shit. Yeah. What happened was in 2011 when my mom died, that really like just pushed me. Yeah. Because at this point it's like I'm not only representing me, I'm representing her legacy. Yeah. So it was like that really just drove, like, even to this day, like, that's my drive. Like, everything I do is just to make her proud and shit like that. Yeah. So that's what that is.
Like, that's like that drive that wants you to just keep going and keep going.
So, like, when I moved back to my mom's crib in 2009. I was living on my own from San Diego. living on your own at 18 in San Diego is great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
So when you come back home and you're living in your mom's crib, it's different, of course. You know, when she passed, it's like I was on the verge of moving out. I had the opportunity to move out, and I was like, she passed, and I was like, nah, I'm going to stay because this is her house. So, like, my drive and my determination is just fucking grind. It's just to make sure, like, one, I keep this house for her, and then two, just make her happy. Those are the only two things I push for.
That's awesome, man. For real, I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
So what was next for you, man? You know, were you waiting to become official? Like, was that kind of like the next step? Where you're like, all right, like I'm gonna become an official on-air mixer and stuff?
Yeah,
like
I mean, I mixed after that. I mixed through the summer.
Yeah.
And then in the fall, it's like, oh, they announced, oh, we bought Power.
Yeah.
You know, we bought Power 106, and it's like, I think for me, moving to Power 106, moving into that building was the best feeling in the world because it showed me I needed to build a brand.
Right.
And at the time, you're just DJing. You know, you're not paying attention to like how your brand looks on IG or on social, what you're posting, stuff like that. When I moved into Power, for me, it was like awakening because it was like I literally had to prove myself. When you're walking in, it's like, oh, it's Beatdrop in there, you know, or it's Ever, you know, it's Precise, it's Felly, you know, it's Matic. Like you have good names, you need to be able to help to not even compete against, but just be able to stay afloat.
Right.
So I mean, like going into Power was probably the best thing for me and for my brand because it made me take the DJing aspect a whole lot more seriously than that. So it's just another level.
That's awesome, bro. What advice would you give to DJs that want to be in your position? You know what I'm saying? Especially upcoming DJs. Would you just say the same thing that drives you is just to keep working hard and to keep grinding? Was that something you would tell upcoming DJs to do?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I still consider myself an up-and-coming DJ.
Right.
I'm nowhere, just because I'm on the radio, I think people really get it twisted like, oh, you made it. But it's like, nah, I still got to, I headline clubs and stuff like that, but I still open at certain clubs too. Yeah. You know, and depending on who it is, I might not get the pay I want to get, then I get at other clubs. But it's always a grind. Yeah. I mean, the grind don't stop. And that's the mentality any DJ got to have. If you want to be in the club scene, you just got to have that mentality, just grind it out. And it's not about, a lot of DJs get it twisted where it's about like, oh, I want to get paid this much or they don't pay enough. I think DJs need to pay more attention to their brand and bring something to the table for those clubs to want to pay them more than that. Yeah. So build your brand. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, build your brand. Yeah. And then everything else follows.
That's awesome, man. What's next for SMS, man? You know what I'm saying? Sounds like you work hard, you grind.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? What's the next step for you, bro?
I recently got a booking agent in July. I signed May. I signed a contract with this lady in Vegas. And she basically books me in Vegas.
That's dope, man.
So I've been doing, it took some time, but since July, I've been going back and forth from Vegas for a month. For at least one time a month just to DJ. Yeah. And for me, I feel like I've done the LA market, which is nothing wrong. I love the LA market. It's home-based. But I do want to also travel and DJ. I think that should be just to learn other markets and, just to see what it's like to DJ in Dallas or DJ in Atlanta. Yeah. Vegas is dope. I think Vegas is the new Mecca where everybody on the West Coast needs to try to make that go-to. Or, even Reno. Like, you've done Reno. Yeah. So, I mean, even stuff like that, like those big getaway clubs, I think that's what I want to do next. So, I've done little spots in Vegas, but I still fucking consider them, like, big spots to me because they're in Vegas. Like, of course, I've done this place called Rock House inside the Venetian. This place called PBR inside Planet Hollywood.
How was that?
Great. Fucking dope. PBR, man, it's a Wednesday night. For me, it's like the grind. It's back to that grind mentality. It's like, fuck, I fly out Wednesday, I DJ, I come back Thursday, I'll go to work.
Yeah.
Like,
grind it
out. So I've done Beauty Bar before it closed. I was lucky enough to do Beauty Bar in Fremont. I did Vanguard Lounge in Fremont as well. That's awesome. Just keep building, man, and keep grinding and keep going to other places. I got some contacts in San Diego of DJing in San Diego, so just to be able to travel and DJ. Eventually, getting married is on that. I've been with my girl now for like maybe 6 years. 6 years. So it's like that's on that plate now. It's
time
like
flies.
People are looking at me like, "Hey, nigga, any day now."
She keeps giving you signs like, this finger hurts.
Yeah, I keep saying shit to her like, "Hey, so let's go apartment shopping and shit." And she's like, "I ain't got no ring on this finger." I'll be like,
don't be wasting my fucking time.
I'll be like, all right, cool. We've been to Mexico 3 times.
You brought up San Diego, man. I want to know, how did you become a Chargers fan, bro?
I lived in San Diego.
And that's how you became a Chargers fan?
Honestly, that's literally what it came down to. Like, growing up, not growing up, but living in San Diego is just like on Sundays when you're done with schoolwork, you watch football games. And then if you don't have a football team in LA, we can't go and tailgate because we didn't have that. So it's like, hey, let's go take the trolley. We can tailgate. I'm living by State. That's 2 stops away. Go and take some beer and just hop around. I mean, I just grew up. Like, it was just like, you had to. Yeah. I can care less about the rivalries, but it's like, bro, it's the atmosphere. Yeah. You tailgate, you fucking eat, you drink, and you go and party, and then you go back home. So, I mean, for me, it was like, it was easy.
And then you've been Lakers fan your whole life?
Die hard. I was born in 88. They won the 88 championship the day after I was born.
That's crazy. So how do you feel about LeBron? You glad?
It took me a while. It took me a while.
Yeah.
You hate LeBron so much. It's like,
bro,
fuck
it's
this
crazy.
dude. And then you see him in purple and go, you're like, nigga, I gotta like him.
It's crazy because,
bro,
that's a conversation with me and my cousin because he loves Kobe and I love Kobe too.
Die hard Kobe.
But for me, that's always been a discussion, like, LeBron versus Kobe and all that shit. But when he became a Laker fan, I bought into it pretty quick. Where for my cousin, it was like, what the fuck? But I feel like it took people a long time to be
embrace him.
Yeah,
it did, and I think playing for the Lakers has always been a hard task.
Yeah, man.
The only way you prove yourself is you win and you get a rings.
You gotta get a chip.
Every big superstar that's been on the Lakers got rings. That's the only way you can get that approval.
Isn't that crazy how much pressure that is, bro? Like,
that's a lot of pressure.
That's fucking crazy.
That's a lot of pressure. But I mean, like, I just grew up fucking diehard Lakers, Magic.
Yeah.
AC, Horry, Will Chamberlain, Nick Van Axel, Eddie Jones, even Divock, Campbell.
Shit.
You've
been a fan.
I've been a fan. Then I remember, it's funny, my dad at the time the year we drafted Kobe, we drafted Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher's from Little Rock, Arkansas. My dad was so fucking thrilled.
He was going crazy.
That little one right there is from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that time, his job, they used to do those purple and gold like scrimmage games at the Forum.
Yeah.
And we used to go. They used to give us tickets, so we used to go. So I remember just watching Kobe in his rookie year, watching Fisher in their rookie year, and that, like, just watch, like, fuck, this is the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then it's like every time they won a championship, 99, 2000, 2001, I was celebrating a birthday.
That's crazy.
So I was like, hey, the Lakers won it. We celebrating.
Yeah.
Hey, we celebrating my birthday too.
Yeah.
We can like. Yeah. So I mean, it's just. I'm diehard purple and gold.
And then you're a diehard Dodger fan too, huh?
Diehard. Same thing. 88 Valenzuela.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
88 was a great year for LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, diehard. Piazza, DeLuca. I was hurt when they traded DeLuca.
Man,
because I played catcher as a baseball player, and he was just my guy. Like,
that shit just stung with you.
That shit. He cried. I remember watching the interview, and he cried in that interview, bro. I cried with him.
Like, I cried with you.
I cried with you, bro. Like, I was like, fuck, we got rid of this guy. Like, a Deo Nomo. I remember the sensation of Deo Nomo when it was like to go to a Dodger game and see like Latinos and like Asian people just bond and connect off of just baseball.
That's crazy, bro.
Like, yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question, bro.
Go for it.
All right, so. I always like to ask this question, dog. If you had to give, those 3 teams, you got Dodgers, Lakers, Chargers. If you could give one team a championship, one team has to disappear, and one team will never make the playoffs again, what we looking like, bro?
Well, in reality, the Chargers probably won't never make a playoff again. So that's done. Yeah. Bye, Phillip Rivers. Fuck that guy. I hope he leaves. I really hope he leaves. Fucking pick away from
You're
him.
Done. You're done with him.
I'm so happy. And then something, I hate to do this, but something came out today where he wants to go to Tennessee next year.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, because he's from the South, too. So he's from that. So he would love to go back. He's a free agent. He would love to go back, like, home and be closer to home. Fuck you, bro. Cam or Kaepernick, come over, bro.
Yeah,
I'll take either one.
So you're gonna make
Chargers
disappear?
will never win a playoffs. Chargers can disappear. Okay.
I
want the Dodgers to get a championship.
And then Lakers will never. They'll just stay. They will never make the playoffs.
Oh fuck! I don't know now. See why you do that?
Yeah, you see, it gets a little tough, man.
Fuck. Okay, so let's go back to in reality. The Lakers will get a championship, and the Dodgers never make the fucking playoffs. Like it's either they lose in the World Series or they lose in the playoffs. So,
which one hurt most from this past 3 years from the Dodgers? Which one hurt? What year hurt you the most?
This year,
because they didn't even make the fucking World Series.
Because they were just so hot. Like, bro, you guys just started the season just hot, and then all of a sudden in the playoffs, you're just like nowhere to be found.
Fuck.
Like, fuck.
Damn.
Like, I think this year probably hurt the Wolves. I didn't even celebrate. Everybody was celebrating when they won the NL West, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
We haven't won a World Series yet. Why are we celebrating this? Like, we still got work to do.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, this year probably was the worst.
Damn. I know. I feel like even the fans were just more like deflated this year compared to the years before.
Bro, this year, like, I can't even describe it. Like, the feeling of just being let down.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, in the first round, like, what?
Yeah.
And mind you, I wasn't even when they lost. I wasn't even in the States. I was in Mexico. So my girl, I didn't buy no international plan. I was getting all my sports updates from her, and now I'm barely getting them from her. So she was like, "Oh, by the way, the Dodgers lost." I was like, "Oh, okay." But I'm thinking it's like game 3. I'm thinking we still got like 2 more games to go, and we get back, and I go through everything, and I was like, "Oh no, they lost."
Like, oh yeah, they lost.
Like, they went home. I was in there hurt. Like, these niggas lost. Like, not even. They lost. Like, they're at home. They're watching the game like we are right now.
We're all watching the game together.
Like, what? I was in there hurting. She was like, "You're okay?" I was like, "I can't believe they lost."
Yeah.
Like, they're just so hot and so good. It's just like.
That shit is a lot. Fuck.
It was just like, bro, like, I think this was just the worst one.
How do you feel about Lakers, though? You feel like
we look so good right now?
We looking good.
Oh, we look so good right now.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for years. Lakers are built off of centers and forwards. We've always had a good center when we won championships. We had Chamberlain. We had Shaq. We've had Skyhook. I can't even think of his name right now.
Even Gasol was doing his thing.
By the way, Gasol got released today.
Oh, he did?
He got released by Portland today.
Oh, shit.
I'm hoping the Lakers just pick him up and let him retire as a Laker.
Hey, just come through. Why
just
not?
come through, pay him the minimum, let him retire.
Yeah, you did Dwight Howard. Why not? You know what I mean?
Exactly. We've always been built off of good centers.
Yeah.
So it's like even when we had Bynum, we had the triangle offense. We had Bynum, Gasol, and we've had a good guard. That's just what it's been. Yeah. So this year it's like, oh, we get LeBron. All right, we got that. All right, cool. We already know what he can do. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, we got Danny Green. Oh, okay. And then it's like, oh, we got Rondo. Oh, shit, okay. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, we got Avery Bradley. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, a lot of people forget Avery Bradley was a backup when Rondo was in Boston. Yeah. So they already got chemistry. And then it's like, oh, we signed Dwight Howard. Now, Dwight, when we signed him,
I was hesitant?
Like, bro, I was the guy when he left. And when he came back, I was in the crowd saying, fuck you, Dwight. Bye. Boo. I even went to a Clipper game and booed Dwight. That's how much I was. That's how much I hated Dwight. Yeah. I literally went to a Clipper game and booed him at a Clipper game too.
How mad were you about fucking the banner saying stay when he left?
Why? Let him go. Some people aren't built to be Lakers. Yeah. You know?
How do you feel he's doing now? He's doing good,
He's doing great. He's doing great. His head is right. He looks good on the floor. Yeah. You know, he looks like the Dwight from Orlando.
He looks good.
He looks really good. Yeah. So I'm like, bro, you're averaging a double-double. I said it earlier. I said he might be the 6th man of the year. He might be the 6th man of the year.
You like KCP?
Oh, we're about to trade him. I like him. Look, he's held us down the last couple of years. It's been a little inconsistent. Yeah. But I think he's done.
You think that's
it? I think he's done. Got to get rid of him. I think he's done. I hate to say this, Caruso trade bait because he's playing so well too. But I think
they'll trade Caruso?
I think we're gonna have to give him up in order to get like one more defender, like a Crowder. Well, right now they're saying we want to go after Crowder from Utah. So if we go after Crowder, we can just trade Caldwell Pope for 1-for-1. But the thing is, Caldwell Pope has a no trade clause.
He does?
He does, which I don't understand. Why would you give Caldwell Pope a no trade clause?
I didn't even know that shit. That's crazy.
Why would you give him that? He's not like what? Caldwell, bye. Bye. Like in my opinion, I would have traded him when the rest of the bunch left. He'd have left.
You like Kuzma?
I really like Kuzma.
You like Kuzma?
But I also like Ball.
You like Ball?
I like Ball. I think Ball would have been the thing with Ball is he had a lot of distractions. Let's just face it. He had a lot of distractions. Yeah. And I think he just playing with LeBron would have helped him mature as a player. And then also would have helped him mature as a man. Yeah. So I think he would have been solid for us.
What about Brandon Ingram? Were you hurt when he left?
A little because he had held us down for so long too, and we knew. But the thing is, we drafted all these players. We knew what we were getting. Yeah. You know, we can't sit here and expect a young bunch to just win overnight. It's gonna take time. Yeah. You know, I think when Randall left, I was kind of hurt too because he was balling like that guy was just balling out of his mind. But also, Randall could be kind of selfish sometimes. So I think it worked out best for him. He's in New York balling.
It's gonna be a good year.
It's gonna be a good year, man. I'm excited. Let's talk basketball. You want to talk basketball? We can talk basketball. Man, we can talk basketball. I love me and JQ have these conversations every time I see him. Yeah. And my favorite player just came back, Melo. Melo's one of my.
He got signed?
I'm happy he got signed. I think because for his legacy, it's just like at an asterisk or like a bad taste in the mouth for him. But he's a hooper, bro. Yeah. I mean, he gives you 15, 20 points, but he gives up 10, 15 points. I get that. Yeah. But at the same time, he's just a hooper, too, though. Like, that dude is a hooper. Yeah. I mean, think about it. He gave him 10 points last night, and he hadn't played for a year.
That's crazy. I can't believe he didn't get signed by anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he just had a bad rep. Yeah. I think he just had a bad rep. And I don't know. The league is different from what it used to be, too, though. I mean, like, Dwayne Wade's gone. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's weird. To me, the league is weird.
Even seeing CP3 yesterday with the Thunder, that shit threw me.
It looked odd.
I was like, oh shit! Like I forgot he was with the Thunder. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's the next one to retire.
You think
I think so. I think he's just the thing with CP3. He's been on good teams. He's had a lot of opportunities. Yeah. But he always gets hurt, or he just falls short. That's literally what it's come down to.
I remember when he was with the Clippers when they had the whole fucking what did they call themselves? The
Lob City.
Lob City.
Bro, that team was a squad, bro.
Damn, bro. I remember that shit.
They had a squad. They've had plenty of opportunities, but in all those years, they never got out the first round.
What do you think about Clippers this year?
What about them? This is a Laker. This is a Laker. Now, look. Don't get me wrong. There's some talented individuals on that team. Yeah. They got Kawhi, who also went to San Diego State. Yeah. They have some talented individuals on that team. Yeah. But this is a Laker city, bro.
It is, man.
And at the end of the day, no matter how many times you're going to cover up our banners, no matter how many times you're going to put up billboards that say dumb shit, like, and you're going to take these black and white photos, like, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, I can give a fuck about all that. How do you play on the court? You guys have no championships. So that tells me how you play on the court. Yeah. At the end of the day. Even my thing is, I just named you 5, 6, 7, 8 players from the Lakers. Name the average Clipper fan who can give you that.
Yeah, no, I feel you though. I'm with you.
This is just history. Like Lakers, you grew up in LA, you know the fucking Lakers. Yeah, you grew up with Showtime. Yeah, you know with the Clippers, they don't. It's like being a Charger fan in LA, bro. Like they don't have any history here. They don't have any kind of like, you know. And I'm a Charger fan. Yeah, you know, but they don't have any connection to the city here, and that's what the same thing with the Clippers. They don't have any connection.
What did you feel about what AD said though about the whole like where he was like, "Yo, I'm a free agent next year" and shit like that? Because I feel like people took that out of like, well, I don't know. I feel like people were talking about.
I mean, but he is a free agent. I mean, for all we know, he might be doing what Kawhi was doing. Yeah, Kawhi did something that honestly, Kawhi won a championship and bounced. Think about that. He won a championship and bounced. No one has ever just been like, I just won a championship, I'm out. No one. So I think that kind of put something into AD's head, like, well, it could be good here, but it might be better over there.
Damn, you think he'll bounce though? You think
I don't think so. It's LA, bro. Everything he wants is in LA. No, girls, nightlife.
In and out.
In and out.
Buffalo Wild
Tacos.
Wings. My podcast.
Your podcast. Everything he wants is in LA. Yeah. And I have a friend. It's funny because after the first night after they lost against the Clippers, I had a friend who DJed in Hollywood, and he was like, Rondo and AD was there, and I was like, nigga, they just lost, and he was like, nigga, they were there partying. I was like, okay.
LA make you forget about shit.
LA, so but I'm like, bro, you're gonna go to Chicago and tell me Chicago has a better nightlife than LA?
Fuck, man. I hope he don't leave, bro.
I really don't. I really hope.
I love how it looks right now. I was just watching TV. It's like, man, these dudes are balling, bro. Like,
bro. They just look unstoppable. And defensively, they're just mean. Like, you go to the rim.
You're like, there's some mean people.
Bro, they just get blocked and rejected on. Yeah. Bro, I like it. I love it.
Yeah,
Lakers haven't been good since 2010. Yeah. That's the last time we were elite.
I was in high school at that time. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
They haven't been elite in almost 10 years. The NBA hasn't been good in 10 years to me. Because the Lakers haven't been good in 10 years.
I feel that. That shit hit my corazon, bro.
Like I commented on your video and I tagged my homeboy, and when you were talking your shit about your Niners, I was like, hey, talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit.
Yeah, we gotta talk our shit.
Talk your shit, bro. You deserve it. Talk your shit. You're like, hey, deserve it. Go for
it. Before we get out of here, bro, what's Thanksgiving looking like for you, man? You know
bro,
what I'm
saying? Family. Family. I got a DJ on Black Friday, but Thanksgiving I turn my phone off. Yeah, I watch football. I eat. I drink. I chill. Yeah. And I gotta hop around. I go to my girl's side of the family, and then I gotta go to my side of the family too. Yeah. So we hop around.
Is there any special plates that your family makes?
I feel like I don't eat that much soul food anymore. Mm-hmm. So I feel like every time I get to on Thanksgiving, all these plates are special because it's like fuck, I hand mac and cheese like this in a minute. You know, and it's like fuck. Oh, that's the potatoes and green beans. Yeah, let me get that. Yeah, mac and cheese. Oh, yeah.
Do you like dress up nice just to be in the living room and shit?
Hell no. I used to as a kid. My parents used to make me do that shit. I never understood why.
I was like, what the fuck? Like I remember my mom was like, yo, go change, and I'll change, and I'll be like, Mom, like what the fuck? I'm just moving 2 feet. Like
we're standing in the house or we're going to my aunt's house. Like I'm gonna sit here and eat.
I'm not here to impress nobody.
I'm gonna go in the backyard and get fucking dirty.
It's my cousins.
I'm gonna come back and eat. Like let me just come in some basketball shorts. I think now. Actually, last Thanksgiving, I did dress up because I hadn't seen my aunt in a while on my mom's side. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to dress up. They ain't seen me in a while. I mean, we talk, we text, but, you know, I'm busy as fuck. Like, and I'm not trying to even talk shit like that. Like, but it's just like.
You working.
I'm working. And they see me. They follow me on my social media, so they're like, this nigga work. Yeah. You know, so when I see them like that, it's like, it's an occasion, so I do dress up now. But as a kid, it was like, dude, for what? Just put me in basketball shorts and some sneaks. Shit. Or my mom make us take that Thanksgiving picture. Yeah, you're like, all right, can I change now? You're like, can I change now? Like, I'm done, you know, so.
Any Black Friday shopping?
Hell no. Nah. Fuck that. I don't even try to, like I was telling you, I used to work Black Friday. Yeah. I worked Black Friday at Target, and I worked Black Friday at Jamba Juice.
Wait, Black Friday was popping on Jamba Juice?
So the Jamba Juice I was a GM at, I worked at, was an outlet in Citadel. The Citadel outlets.
People were just getting drinks.
Bro, we opened, first of all, that store is brand new. So the Black Friday I did was the first one they ever had did. The Citadel opens at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock that Thursday. So I'm eating dinner. Oh, shit, I got to go. I got to open my store. Yeah. So I open the store at 7. We don't close until Friday night once we open on Thursday night. So I did about 20 grand from Thursday night to Friday night. And on premises, there's a hotel. I literally spent the night in that hotel, went back to work. Really? Like, yeah, they didn't like. We had to call people from other stores to help us. I had to order extra inventory and store it at other stores and have them ready. Like, hey, I need you to open early just in case I need shit.
So at that time, you hated Black Friday.
Oh, that was my first and last Black Friday I worked. I was out.
You're like, fuck this.
Fuck this. Oh, radio? I'm in radio? I'll work this street team shit until it pays off, man.
Bro, shout out to everybody that works on Black Friday, man. Be nice to them, man.
Yeah, for real. For real. Because, like, they need to be at home with their families, too. Like, real shit. And they got to go and fucking work. And I hate when people be like, well, they had the option to choose this job. Yeah, but they fucking don't have to deal with your bitch ass. Like, get your attitude together. No, real shit. Like, real shit. I'm very.
Real talk.
Like, as a GM, like, I was that person that was like, if my team member come to me and be like, hey, this person's just rude as fuck, I'll handle it. I'll knock it out. But if you're going to give me attitude over a fucking smoothie, I'll give you attitude right fucking back.
Bro, I feel you, though, because I feel like even when I got on Black Friday and I see those lines on Starbucks, bro, like, shit, I feel bad, bro.
I used to think I had it bad. I think Starbucks get it the worst.
Yeah,
they get it the worst.
Even me, bro. Like, I like my natural cold brew, right? That's like my drink, right? But for me, that day, I'm like, yo, just give me a regular coffee. Just give me black coffee, and then I'll go deal with because I feel bad, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
bro, I remember working Christmas Eve one year in San Diego, and as soon as I was done clocking out, I had to drive to LA for Christmas. Yeah. So this dude, I was telling you, this dude was just looking for this fucking toy, bro. We're closing now. They've made that announcement 3 times already. Yeah. Whatever toy you're looking for, guess what, fam? It ain't here. I don't have it in the back. God. I still got to put away all these fucking carts. So you need to go. Yeah. And he was like, you don't got to be a dick. Hey, it's Christmas Eve, bro. Yeah. I'm off in an hour. If you got a problem with this, my manager is right here. Or you can fuck this, bro. It's Christmas. I got to drive to LA. Yeah. Like, fuck this. It's not here, fam. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
oh, that's awesome, bro.
Like I'm a last minute shopper too, so I know what it's like.
Yeah,
but I'm
with you.
But at this point, I'm like, bro, it's online shopping. Yeah, you can Amazon Prime everything, and it comes wrapped, bro. Order it. I'll order it the week of.
Get the trial right now. Get it on like late November, the free trial, and then you can start ordering all this shit online.
Yeah, facts, fam. Like,
you feel me?
Facts.
Fuck it.
Facts. Cyber Monday is the best thing. Yeah. Just get everything done.
Yeah, fuck it.
You know, fuck it. Do everything in one day of shopping.
Open up some new credit cards. Fuck it, bro.
I didn't say all that. Don't fuck up your credit. Don't fuck up your credit.
Open up some new credit cards. Fuck it.
The thing about the holiday season, people be going all out too. Like, right now, the biggest thing right now I saw is smart TVs. I want a smart TV too, but I'm not gonna spend.
You gotta be smart.
That part.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna spend like a dumb amount for a fucking smart TV. Like,
you gotta
fuck
be
it.
careful, bro. They know how to do it, bro. Like even me, I was at I had the Target app, and I was just watching shit, and I was like, oh, do I need this? Oh, I feel like I could get it. And I was like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even need this shit.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a random fucking stove.
That's how they get you.
Like,
but
what
that's
the
how
fuck?
but that's how they get you. And no, this is where they get you. You buy one thing, and it says people who bought this also bought this.
Oh,
so it's like, well, if I need that, I need this.
Yeah, like, you need the cleaner, you need the insurance.
Fuck, go, dude. Me and my girl fight over this all the time when
Yeah.
we go to the store. Get what we need and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you got.
My girl's the type. Let's walk every aisle and see what you might need. Nah. Make a list.
Yeah.
And let's get the fuck out.
It's dangerous.
It's
bro.
dangerous.
It's dangerous, man.
It's super dangerous. Like I'm not even gonna go. Like I'm like, oh my god, I hate going to the store with her. I'm like,
you already dreading it.
she'd be like, what's wrong? We're about to walk every fucking aisle.
Yeah.
You already know it's here. We were here last week.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Like the sale's not changing.
Is your girl the one that wants to buy like a gift for every single person in the
Yes.
family?
Yes.
That's tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has 2 siblings, so I have to give them something.
Yeah.
I gotta get her parents something. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins. I have to get everybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm like, fuck. Luckily, this is where I got everybody this year.
Yeah.
So I DJ'd, me and Brian D, you know Brian D.
Yeah.
We DJ'd the LRG wholesale at their warehouse last weekend. They gave us a bag and said, take whatever you want. It's on us. You got it. I got everybody Christmas shopping done.
you lucked out.
I was like,
awesome.
bro, I'm good.
You're like, what Christmas?
And then the good thing was my girl was with me. I said, hey, I'm getting everybody's Christmas shit right now.
That's awesome.
Everybody's getting LRG shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard, bro. Christmas shopping is hard as fuck, bro.
But I mean, it's not. I feel like kids nowadays just want crazy, outlandish shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Growing up, what do you want? I want a Nintendo.
Yeah.
I get some clothes.
Yeah.
And some socks.
Yeah.
A pair of shoes.
And if you're lucky, maybe a bike, and that's it.
Yeah, you're good. Like, you're good. But now it's like, oh, you want an iPad? You want an iPhone?
And also, like, now it's like there's like different models of shit, like this XL and blah, 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 blah. You're like, what the fuck, man? Shit, I'm already stressed the fuck out.
And then they get you with, when you buy it, oh, people who bought this.
Yeah.
Bought this. So if you bought this PlayStation, the people who bought this PlayStation bought a game or a controller. And it's like, and it's like, dude, I don't need all that.
You know what? So even the video games now, like now you need to have online shit. Back then you just
bro, they don't
put that
know.
shit in the Super Nintendo. Now
bro, they don't know anything about that.
Now it's like you gotta download the fucking the packs, the
game packs and shit like
game
that.
Packs
yeah.
and I mean, fuck.
They don't know anything about a cartridge going out on you.
Yeah,
and blowing it.
Real shit. Yeah.
And then you have to hold it with your finger.
I love how in the back it said "Do not blow on your cartridge," and we're like, "Fuck that."
You got to.
And it will finally work. And like now you could buy a game and it takes 3 hours to fucking download it. You're there Christmas with your friends, like waiting, like, all right, cool, here we go. And anytime now.
Yeah, I think that's why kids wake up early now when they got games, because they're like, all right, I'm gonna wake up at 3.
Yeah.
By the time my friend get up at 6, the game's already ready to go. Why, fam? We used to just pop that shit in and play.
Man, you ain't lying.
That shit's
the holiday spirit, huh?
Tis the season.
Tis the season to be jolly.
Tis the season.
SMS, thank you, bro. I had a good time.
My guy, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad knowing that in case I ever need security, I could just hit you up.
Hell no. Never again. Never again. I'm not working security for nobody.
Oh, that's awesome,
Fuck
bro.
that. Nope.
Oh, man. SMS, thank you, bro. I had a good time,
thanks for having me.
Thank you,
My
dog.
guy.
We out here,
Always
man.
a pleasure.
Let's get it.
Let's go.